Hey River Shark fans, this is your captain Stavros Sorlis of the Elmira River Sharks.
On March 2nd, we are proudly celebrating Hockey for All night here at First Arena. We will be wearing specialty jerseys to signify that all are welcome at River Sharks games, regardless of race, religion, national origin, gender, age, sexual orientation, socioeconomic status, or disability. So come on out and join us as we remind everyone.
Hockey for all.
Hockey for all.
Hockey pour tout, hockey for all.
Sharks hockey. Now back to John Clement in the arena.
Hello and welcome in here live as your Elmira River Sharks get set to do battle with the last place Watertown Wolves. That's right, battle of the Empire Division as both teams looking to find their way into a playoff spot. Elmira, of course, right now holding the advantage by a short margin, only 4 points right now, as the River Sharks head into a matchup against the Wolves. That'll be the next 2 games for Watertown, and only this one here for the River Sharks before they're going to see the Binghamton Black Bears. The River Sharks travel up the road to Watertown Municipal Arena as they get set to face the Wolves for the 11th time already here in the 23-24 FPHL season. Elmira's gotten the better of Watertown quite a bit to start the year, as the Sharks have captured 6 of the 10 games that have been played. The home team also has had the advantage in the set, however, as the visitors have gone 3-7 in the opposition's barns so far. With Elmira clinging to the final playoff spot with a 4-point advantage, this matchup is even more critical here tonight. The River Sharks, of course, going to turn back to their netminder, Sammy Bernard. He will be back between the pipes, a 10-11 record, 366 goals against, a .907 save percentage, and not confirmed yet, waiting for the actual confirmation, but it does look like the man who was a subject of a controversial goal last night, Spencer Kozlowski, will get a night off, as Eloy Bouchard, who has given the River Sharks a little bit of trouble here on the season, will get the nod. 6-8-1, 414 goals against, and a .903 save percentage. Does have a shutout, my apologies. Shutout to his credit. I've got shootout on the brain after the Binghamton game last night, and of course the penalty shot for Davide Gaeta, which takes us to our hot player to watch for tonight. No surprise here, the River Sharks may be on a 2-game slide, but Davide has continued to impress. In a late-game breakaway, Davide was hauled down and given the penalty shot late in the second period. Not missing a beat, the speedy check took the puck wide, deposited it over the shoulder of the Danbury netminder. Over the course of the last 6 games, he has 6 goals, 6 assists, and looks to add to that total in his quest of helping Elmira clinch a playoff berth in their inaugural season here in the FPHL. That makes Davide Gaeta tonight's hot player to watch. And of course, as we get set for the big game here tonight, game 41 for both sides, Elmira and Watertown, both in their 41st game of the season. It's the 19th away game for the River Sharks, the 22nd home game for the Watertown Wolves. That means Watertown running out of home opportunities, 6 home games left. That is it on the season for Watertown. And they're about to take a little bit of a road trip as well, as they will head down to Elmira next Saturday night. End of the season is coming quick, and points are at a premium as the River Sharks and Wolves, both trying to find their way to a playoff berth. We'll send it down now to head coach Tyler Jurich, hear what he had to say back at Round and Third on Wednesday evening. Make sure to join us for Coach's Corner this coming week. It's the Coach's Show live at Mooney's, the Coach's Show live at Collier's Barbecue this week down in Sayre, Pennsylvania. We look forward to seeing all of you in Sayre. And, of course, check out the food. Absolutely great food every time we go down to Collier's. Cannot wait to get another bite down there. Check it out live in Sayre, Pennsylvania, 6 p.m. on Wednesday night. With that, we'll send it down to head coach Tyler Jurich live from Round and Third on Wednesday night. You're listening to River Sharks Hockey here on Mixler.com and live on YouTube. All right, hello and welcome into another edition of the Coach's Show live from Round and Third, just across the street from the First Arena. Thank you so much for tuning in here live on YouTube, and of course for our great fans here at Round and Third. Back here with Tyler Jurich, Coach. Since the last time we talked, quite a lot's happened. Big 5 out of 6 games. You took the W in. Pretty good streak of games. What's turned it around for you?
Really since that Columbus trip, we've kind of turned in the right direction, fit in the right pieces that work in. Kind of like I said this whole time, you want to hit your stride in the Super Bowl. That's kind of what we did. We set a goal for ourselves, and we hit that goal, and now we have more goals for ourselves, and we intend to hit those. So we've been playing great, good team game. Obviously, Sammy's been great. Then we're getting some clutch timely goals in the third period, and we won a couple games last weekend, not playing our best. That's probably the first time we've done that all year, so we can now say we can win a game without being at our best, which is a good sign. So, but we know there's a lot of work left, so we're excited to keep it going.
Speaking of which, obviously your next few games are against divisional opponents, pretty much the rest of your season, except for that trip to Port Huron, against divisional opponents, against teams right behind and right in front of you. Is there a little extra pressure there with the Danbury, Watertown, Binghamton schedule being so plentiful coming up?
No, there's not pressure. I don't want them to feel like there's pressure, because that's not going to help them. We just want to go and prepare every weekend and just play our game, play hard, compete, and we've shown now we can beat anybody. So obviously it's a tough schedule, tougher than other teams' schedules, but that's okay. We'll go into the playoffs, playing meaningful games. That's always better to hit the ground running.
You talk about that, and obviously I've talked about it on the air. This is really playoffs already for you guys. You guys are in playoff mentality right now, especially playing Danbury, who's now just 12 points in front of you for third place. You got a chance to really take 6 big points away from them this weekend, and then a game against Watertown to put those 5 points in the bank. When you look at this weekend, obviously all these games on the road and a lot of games through the end of the season on the road. You guys played home a lot early. How does that kind of impact the preparation and getting ready for this stretch of games?
I think it's this week is a big week. We got to take it one at a time. Though obviously we want to take care of business, play our game. We seem to go into. We went into Danbury last time, and it's a hostile environment. And the young group did a good job. So we want to do that again. Play hard. Obviously, they have some guys back. So do we. We added some pieces too. So everybody's just trying to get better this time of year. So it's good hockey. It's fun. It's exciting.
You talk about adding guys, and obviously you just talked about how great Sammy Bernard's been playing. He's got himself back to a 10-10 record right now, and honestly, his save percentage right now probably amongst the best in the league, if not for those early few games where there was some adjustment period. But when you look at that, and then you add a guy like Frankie McLendon, who's been on winning teams. We've talked about bringing that winning mentality in. He's won in Carolina. He celebrated a championship in First Arena, much to the chagrin of myself and several other people on the team. But he celebrated a championship on First Arena ice. You bring in, a lot more talent here. Around this time, colleges are starting to let out. You're going to bring in some college guys, I'm sure. When you look at this roster and continue to tinker with it, is it full-on changes you're making, or are you tinkering around the edges trying to make this a better playoff team?
That one. That's for sure. Since I got the job, obviously we knew we weren't really going to have any mammoth players left. It's pretty much an expansion team. Soilis is the only one remaining, and he's our captain. So you want to bring guys in like the guy got Peavy for a reason, bring in Frankie for a reason, we have Powell and Yarwood for a reason. I wanted to have as many guys in this locker room that's been on winning teams and winning environments as possible. Dumas was in Carolina all year. Bringing him in, I want that type of environment in our locker room, because that's how you win. And it kind of shows the way we've been playing that it's working. So we just got to keep playing our game. Yes, we have a tough schedule. We're not gonna win. We're not gonna go 18-0. We understand that, but we want to be playing our top hockey when we're going into the playoffs. So the tinkering and making a good, tough playoff team, adding some college kids, some bigger bodies, some more scoring will go a long way.
And obviously, I think you saw it there really against Blue Ridge more than any other team that you played so far. The other division is certainly a lot different. They talk about it even in the NHL. You see the Eastern Conference play and the Western Conference play. It's two styles of hockey. And I think we saw saw a lot of that here this last weekend. Knowing that that's kind of been the difference now, knowing Motor City's got that opportunity to play over in that division a little bit more than you guys do. Obviously, you're playing playoff games against a Binghamton team that's got to be heavily favored by most rankings. You've got games against Danbury and Watertown, who are right around you in the standings. I mean, is it a little more exciting, especially, I mean, you just came out of playing. Does it get a little more exciting when you're playing teams that you really have something to play for?
Yeah, I mean, when I played, there was always those one or two teams where it's like, you really want to, like, it's not, you're not exhilarated when you wake up to play.
Right.
And now, I mean, every time they wake up, it's you have to play your best game early to win. So, as a competitor, I think they should be excited to do it. I know I am, and I mean, showing that we now can beat everybody is a very good sign.
Well, we didn't have Coach's Show last week, so I wanted to hit on something I wanted to ask you about last week as well, and that's obviously you got through the ridiculous amount of games in a short amount of time, 6 games in 8 nights, and obviously there was a lot of positives to take out of that. The Wednesday game, forgo that one, it was really a huge success, those 5 games. And when you look at that and you saw kind of what you had with the team, I mean, obviously trade deadline's coming up, everybody knows that, the college signings are coming up, but how much did that solidify in your mind that you put the right roster together and you've got a right team here?
Yeah, obviously I don't want to get, we don't want to get cocky about it, but we want to continue to make sure that we have the right group. I still think we could better our team a bit. That's if there's something in the trade deadline that we like or we want to acquire, we're going to do that. Obviously, bringing some college guys would be great. Just piece by piece, just going into the playoffs. We want to go in the playoffs with the right group. We're just about there.
Now, I want to ask you, too, I told you I was going to try to keep it a little more fun on Coach's Show. You have been in this building as an opponent during a playoff run when the Enforcers and the Watertown Wolves took each other on in the first round back a couple of years ago now. We won't say how many. But then, unfortunately, the only time you were in the postseason here, there wasn't anybody allowed in the building in the green and black uniforms that you were wearing at the time. How exciting is it to kind of come in and be a part of something here in Elmira, knowing that there's going to be fans in the building, knowing that it's playoff time and these fans, you've seen how they are as an opponent.
Yeah, no, I mean, Friday night, I think we had 1,800 people, which, 4 years ago, we'd be like, that's a great crowd.
Yeah.
So obviously, we want to get back to that 3,000, 3,500 people, which would be nice. I don't see why we can't do that. I mean, people just need to show up to the games and support it. What else are you going to do on a Friday, Saturday night? There's not a million things to do, so we appreciate the support. The guys work hard, they deserve it. So, like Friday night, you kind of saw what it could be like when it's, packed. It wasn't sold out or anything, but it was a lot of fun, and the guys feed off that. So yeah, we want to be in the playoffs and have a crowd that's backing us and push us through it, because they're short series and you get a hot goalie, who knows what could happen. So yeah, we're excited.
Couple options for you right now. A couple of great guys back there. Sammy Bernard's been fantastic. Frankie McLendon, we know what he can do. So before we...
The Celtic Angels.
All right, well, there you heard it from head coach Tyler Jurich, and now it's getting time to get going here in this one as the officials are on the ice waiting for the River Sharks to take to the ice, and of course with that, goaltender Sammy Bernard, who will get the start here tonight. I already talked about that in the pregame show. 10-11-0 on the season, 366 goals against, 907 save percentage, and head coach Tyler Jurich out there in a salmon jacket. Love to see the look as, again, the River Sharks in desperate need of points. Obviously did not come away with the points they would have liked to in Danbury, Connecticut this weekend, as they had a chance to get things going in a real positive direction against the Hat-Tricks, considering at one point they were really up against it, just 12 points ahead of the River Sharks. Now an exceeding 18 points, so the River Sharks going to have some work to do ahead of them as they finish up the in-house announcements. I believe you'll be seeing everyone take to the ice quickly here. I'm seeing waving down from the benching area. So, as I said, I think you'll be seeing both sides take to the ice. The River Sharks will be skating on your YouTube feed from south to north, as there comes Sammy Bernard and the Elmira River Sharks. Skating from north to south will be the Watertown Wolves. They will be clad in those gray home jerseys. The River Sharks wearing the road whites. As you see Asp, Dumas heading out here. Those two part of the starting lineup. As Sammy Bernard scratches up his crease, it appears as though Stephen Klink making his way out. As we wait for the rest of the starting lineup to be officially put out here. Now it'll get a little bit darker in the Watertown Municipal Arena as they introduce the Watertown Wolves. So a big night here for the River Sharks as they need the points. 4 points ahead of Watertown right now. And now Watertown begins to take to the ice. So, now the rest of the starting lineup hopping over the boards, as I believe that's Darius Davidson and Kyle Powell joining the lineup here. Kyle Powell again making a return to Watertown, a place he called home for a number of years. As now Elmira trying to get themselves back going here. A couple of games of difficulty out there in Danbury, Connecticut, but now it's time to get back to work and find ways to come through effectively. Something that has not been easy for the Rivers. Watertown having not found too much success at home though either. 8-9-2-2 here at the Watertown Municipal Arena. So an opportunity for Elmira if they can take advantage, but have to find a way to do so. As you hear the announcement of Tate Leeson. Trevor Lord, Tate Leeson both in the starting lineup. As Carter Thornton makes his way out now as well. So one line is kind of the old talk about what the Wolves have is they really have one line and it can come back to bite you. But the River Sharks going to need to contain that line. Not been an easy task for them this season, as they will try to get things going here tonight. As they try to get everything underway. It is going to be Eloy Bouchard as he takes to his crease. Lincoln Gingrich was announced there as well. And I do see a non-rostered number there for the Watertown Wolves. We will step aside now for the national anthem. When we come back, it'll be time for Puck Drop. You're listening to River Sharks Hockey on Mixler.com and live on YouTube.
Trust your smile to Elmira Family Dentistry, the best dental care in the region. Their Wand STA anesthesia system provides a pain-free way to take care of any dental problem. Their latest digital x-ray systems provide a highest standard diagnostic record. Elmira Family Dentistry offers routine and deep cleanings, fillings and bonding, crowns, implants, root canals, and Sure Smile Orthodontics. Elmira Family Dentistry at 311 West Church Street in Elmira. Call 607-733-6825 today.
Frisbee Welding LLC in Spencer, New York is partnering with the River Sharks this season. They're a local family-owned company that manufactures hay feeding and handling equipment, as well as a dealer for over 40 equipment lines for everything from large farming operations to your hobbyists and homesteaders. They offer top-of-the-line equipment and more economical versions to fit your needs. Find them on Facebook or call or text Chris at 607-422-0820 for your landscaping, construction, agriculture, snow removal, forestry, and sportsman's attachments and equipment needs.
The temperature outside is dropping, but the certificate rates at IRFCU are on the rise. If you are looking to stash away some cash, make it work for you. Check out the certificate rates here at Ingersoll Rand Federal Credit Union by visiting us online at IngersollRandFCU.com. Members can open a share certificate right from their mobile app or through our online banking platform. Saving has never been easier. Make your money work for you at IRFCU.
At Collier's, we take pride in delivering great barbecue every day. Our slow-cooked, smoky-flavored home cooking is a favorite among young and old. From signature spare ribs and baby back ribs to brisket and chicken. But did you know that Collier's caters too? We offer a full range of catering options to suit any event. From wedding and corporate events to graduation parties, retirement and backyard barbecues, and pig roasts. If you have an event coming up, give us a call. We're now booking for the 2024 season. At Collier's, we do great barbecue, and that's just the beginning. Call today and book your next event with Rhea at 570-888-2927.
All right, with that, we are back and ready to go. So the River Sharks set to go to work against the Watertown Wolves. Handshakes everybody at center ice as Trevor Lord gets in there, shaking hands with all the officiating crew. 20 minutes on the clock, and the River Sharks with something to prove here tonight. As Powell takes a turn around here, getting himself stretched out. Back there with Dumas, Davidson, Klink, and Asp. This has been a exciting line over the little bit there in Danbury. We'll see if it continues to push pace here in Watertown. Dumas said ready to go. That puck is dropped, and he wins that one back. Powell moving it along to Rasmus Asp. Trying to move it ahead. Asp gains the red line and dumps that puck down and in. Back behind. Picked off by the Wolves and sent to the sideboards. Trying to play it up quickly was Pavlov, hustling it back out the other way. Into the zone, taken off with a hard hit there as Elmira trying to keep that puck away from its net, and it's up and into the netting on the pass there. Or excuse me, on the limited shot. My apologies. As again, always interesting here as we get things started off. See if the Sharks can find a way to keep things going their way. Looking for a face-off win. Neither side with a shot on goal officially yet. As that puck is dropped, trying to push it along was Brett Parker. He gets it up to Davide Gaeta. Gaeta hustling out. Across the far side, he breaks in the zone, keeps possession of the puck, throws it towards the middle, but nobody there for it. Back behind, Gaeta in there digging for it. Trying to push it along, it comes out, and Watertown will take possession. Banked off the boards, kept by Powell. Still working it through in the zone, and it'll be taken back to center ice as Elmira has to reset. Move back ahead, that time by Newman. Newman got his first professional goal last night, as that one's picked back off and moved along again by Brett Parker. Back behind, quickly thrown ahead as Gaeta gets it out of the zone, but right back onto a Watertown Wolf stick. Trying to move it along again. It's back in the zone for Mike Mercurio. Mercurio cutting across, sends a pass over. Watertown continues to keep the puck. Moved down into the corner by Chase Dabari. Dabari hustles it back to the point, moved back out with a shoulder as Elmira makes a change here. Watertown resetting at center. Trying to play it off. 18:40 left to go here in the first period. Neither side with a shot on goal as of yet. Watertown back in their own end. Long look as the Wolves start to race into the zone. A little dumping pass around the backside of the boards. Posar will get there, sends it up the sideboards, and again, trying to move it along. It's picked off on the attempted pass. Right back in the slot, poke checked away, and Soilis will chase it back out. Soilis with possession. Trying to move it down in the offensive zone. Has it, throws it towards the net, deflected, and right back in the slot. Kept there by Posar at the blue line, and again, Elmira on the chase. Soilis slaps it around the backside, but too many Watertown Wolf jerseys there. That'll be worked out the other side. Poke check, trying to knock it back down unsuccessfully, as that one's moved out this time by the Wolves. The Wolves hustling it back into the zone, looking for a lane. A shot, glove save, Sammy Bernard. He comes up big again. So 17:54 to go here in the first period of play, as Elmira trying to get things going. They were able to get a little bit of play in the offensive zone, just no way to find too many shots on goal. One apiece right now. Tomasi moves it down below the goal line. Hustled back along. Into the boards. Posar sends his man. Now Posar attacked by Tomasi. The gloves come off, and they go at it right here in front of me. Swinging is Tomasi wildly. Posar gets his hand free. Posar still tied up. All the equipment coming off as these two battling. Looking over. Posar ripping at Tomasi. Throws another one. Posar with another right. Swinging wildly again. Tomasi now swinging. Can't get a clean shot. Posar with an uppercut. Posar over the top now as he's pinned against the boards. And the officials will finally come in and stop that one. So the faceoff, I believe, going to stay in the zone as they separate those two. And Tomasi going to take a bow for his fans in the crowd. So I believe each side's going to end up with 5 minutes for the fight. We'll see if maybe Watertown ends up with the extra for getting things started. But again, we'll have to wait and see. And try to give you guys a little bit better camera view as they're explaining everything. Believe Posar is going to get 5 for fighting. Would think Tomasi would get 5 and possibly an instigator as he jumped Posar. And I believe that might be the case Stavros Soilis trying to make right now. So everything's sorted. Nothing on the board as of yet. No. Posar with 2 minutes. So it's going to be a penalty kill, a Vincenzo's Pizzeria penalty kill for the River Sharks. Okay, well, here we go. Penalty kill for Elmira, an important one here. 75.3% on the year. Watertown's power play, 20.7, has Grant Mentis over to serve the 2-minute minor. So Marquise Grant Mentis will serve. Peavy to take the draw against Mike Mercurio. He waits. As the puck is finally dropped and the power play is underway, Rasmus Asp takes possession, gets it back to the blue line, but fails to clear. Back down low, Trevor Lord shoved into the boards. Mercurio comes away with it and wraps it towards the front. Sammy Bernard able to turn it aside. That one sent all the way down. So the Sharks clear the zone quickly there. Minute 44 left to go here in the penalty kill as Peavy, the lone deep man, trying to get this puck back into the zone are the Wolves. It's Leeson with it now. Tate Leeson, he's rubbed off. Still manages to move that puck down lower, right towards the slot. A shot and a goal. Trevor Lord does not waste a lot of time, and the Wolves go up 1-0. So after a couple of games with the Binghamton Black Bears where Watertown was competitive with the best team in the league, there's an argument to be made for Columbus, but having seen Binghamton as much as we have, I think most of Elmira would agree. Binghamton definitely amongst the tops. Merkel over there talking with the official. I'm not sure what this might be about, but is certainly not happy about an early power play goal for the Watertown Wolves. Trevor Lord scoring his 21st of the season. He and Tate Leeson, the only two Wolves, over 20 goals. So again, Watertown, as that puck is dropped, moved back along, tripped up at center ice, was Dumas. Sent back ahead, trying to get it deep in the zone, broken back in, a shot, saved by Sammy Bernard, comes wide, and Elmira chasing again. Moved back down low. Newest member of the River Sharks played off there. Back for Merkel, trying to slap it around. That one will hit netting as Merkel getting into it with Trevor Lord. Now Tate Leeson coming up to Merkel. Merkel not going to take kindly to any extra, as Merkel being restrained by Trevor Lord. And again, an offensive zone draw for the Watertown Wolves. So, still a lot of work to do here for the River Sharks as they trail by a goal here early. Quick change again for Tyler Jurich. Gets the defense changed up, as Dumas going to get kicked out of the faceoff circle. Klink will have to come in to take it. He waits, puck is down. One back by Watertown, thrown towards the net, and Sammy Bernard makes a quick save again. So, 16:51 left to go here in the first period of play. And still, Watertown holds the 1-0 lead. Puck dropped. Move back along as that'll go down below the goal line. Dumas sending it around. Back behind, the River Sharks chasing still. Asp has it, coming away with it. Back behind the net, chasing. Asp lets that one go through, and that one's picked up back towards the slot. Powell with possession, sends it along the sideboards. Chasing after it is Davidson. He's tied up by Gingrich. Move back ahead, trying to push it back out of the zone. Dumas gets tied up. Asp pushing ahead, and that's going to be blown dead. Mercurio and Powell coming together. Or excuse me, that was Thornton and Powell. Both of them look like they're headed for the penalty box. So we might be getting 4-on-4 hockey for a little bit here. As again, some work to be done for the River Sharks. 4-on-4 hockey. 3-1, the shots on goal. Watertown has capitalized on their power play opportunity. Trying to see where this faceoff is going to take place. As the linesman skating around, he will bring it back inside the River Shark zone. So, Rasmus Asp still having the chat as Newman out to take the draw. As they wait. Conversation with the official at the penalty box. Not sure what this is about. As Pozar being sent off, I believe he's going to have something checked out after his battle earlier. 4-on-4 hockey for the next 2 minutes. As Elmira waits, the puck is dropped. Watertown takes possession and quickly trying to move that one along. It's back towards the point. The Wolves with the shot deflected up and over the top of the net. Back to get it goes Merkel. He ties up his man to the backside. Played out towards the front. Watertown again trying to get there. Moved around by Botero. Botero back to Black. Sent towards Sammy Bernard, and that will be covered up quickly. Sammy Bernard comes up with a big stop again. Faceoff going to come to Bernard's right-hand side here. 16:06 to go, period number 1. Minute 42 to go in the 4-on-4. As they wait for the puck to be dropped, Newman ties up his man. That one won back. Rasmus Asp will take possession. Asp looking up the boards, finds Davide Gaeta. Gaeta trying to flip it out and has some trouble. Move back, fired along. It's Gaeta with it again. Gaeta into the zone, looking, shooting, deflected. As that one bounces around, Newman gets it right back. Newman falls down, loses possession, and back the other way comes Watertown. Back towards center ice. It's dumped back in. Chasing it quickly, Cody Rogers trying to put his stick on it and can't, as again, trying to poke check that puck through. Botero moves it along, and Cody Rogers will get it back. Rogers dumps it back off for Merkel. Merkel back for it now. Drops it there for Newman. Newman heads up ice. He's got Gaeta with him. Back to the offensive zone. Newman with a shot. Easily turned aside, but right back onto the stick. Turned back for Rogers. Deflected in front and goes just wide. Gaeta trying to chase it back down. He came up with it initially, but the puck taken away. Still trying to move that puck along. Back towards the blue line and kept there by the River Sharks. Dumped in the opposite corner. Gaeta trying to chase it back down. Bounced up the boards and kept by Rogers. Sent wide. He was looking for Newman and couldn't get it to him. Back behind again. Watertown with possession. Quick change here for the River Sharks. 25 seconds to go in the 4-on-4. 14:48 to go in the first period. Still 1-0 Watertown. Back out the other way. Mercurio tries to come through center ice and has some trouble as the Wolves regroup right back to Mercurio. Mercurio into the zone. Cutting through. Passes towards the slot. Broken up by Cody Rogers. Again having trouble knocking that puck down as it's moved back to the blue line. Quick cycle around. Mercurio across. Finds his man as that one's sent down for Dabari. Dabari tries to get around the referee, does. 4-on-4 is over, and that puck skittered right through the net mouth. Again, back down low. Cody Rogers chasing it. Dabari going to beat him out to it. Sends it back below the goal line as Peavy chopping at it. Peavy has it taken away from him. Back down low. Parker drops for Peavy again. Peavy with it. Drops it again. A big cycle here for the River Sharks. Rogers sends it ahead. A kick pass there as it's turned out the other way. And now Klink was trying to chase it back down. It bounces off the boards, and Watertown quickly turning it right back around. The Wolves with it. Leeson throwing it wide. It's Lord with a shot. Shouldered away by Sammy Bernard. Back behind. Lord gets his own shot back. Sends back to the point. Played along. Excellent shot by Klink, but Rogers couldn't get the puck. Leeson comes up with it. Back to the point again. Big windup shot. Sammy Bernard with a save. Bounces away and back to center ice. Elmira trying to chase it back down. Peavy going off for a line change as Watertown tries to storm the zone again. Long look here for the Wolves. Poke checking, but can't get that puck out of the zone. Trying to get it back down to Lord. It's picked off a couple of times, but now sent down below the goal line. Merkel will chase. Wrapped around the boards. Right past Trevor Lord, and that'll go all the way down. They're looking for an icing call. Not going to get it as Eloy Bouchard comes out to play. Move back behind again. Trying to hustle it along. Moved up by Gingrich. Right back to center ice as the Wolves re-enter the zone. Tate Leeson has it poke checked away. Grant Mentis sends it ahead looking for Darius Davidson, but Leeson will be the man to get it. Leeson falls down at center ice. Quickly fired back up and into the River Shark zone. Rasmus Asp settling it down back to Merkel. Merkel looks up ice and he fires that into the opposite corner. Trying to chase after it again. Some trouble there as Dumas couldn't control it. Watertown turns it around and the Wolves send a long pass all the way down. Asp, that icing waved off as Gamzatov beats it out. Asp is being held onto there, trying to get away from it. Merkel banked off the boards, back to the blue line again, failing to clear. Mike Mercurio chases into the opposite corner. Mercurio held up there. Grant Mentis banks off the boards and out. That'll roll all the way down towards Bouchard, and everyone will make a change. Watertown takes their moment, hustling it right back. 12:10 left to go here in the first period as that puck bounces around. The Wolves enter the zone, trying to send that towards the slot. It's broken up, and now Davide Gaeta will get back to get it. Gaeta turns up ice, takes a quick chop to his midsection, falls down, and he will surrender the puck. Back the other way. into the zone. Patero drops a pass, deking around to Bari with a shot. That goes loose and wide. And excellent work there defensively for the River Sharks. Newman trying to get out of the zone, fires it along, and now Gaeta will. Davide Gaeta into the zone. Passed across. He was looking for Parker. Parker couldn't control. Bounces back to center ice, and here comes Watertown again. Another opportunity as they cut towards the front. Poke checked away. A penalty coming. And Elmira's going to go back to the penalty kill. 11:30 left to go in period 1. And the River Sharks not going to be happy about this whatsoever. Pointing at Kyle Powell. Powell arguing it. So 11:30 to go here. We've got our first media timeout. 1-0 in favor of Watertown. We'll see if the River Sharks can find an answer.
The Celtic Angels enable their audiences to experience the real Ireland, celebrating their cherished heritage through Irish song. 5 beautiful women with glorious harmonies make up the Celtic Angels. The Celtic Knights world champion dancers leave audiences breathless. And the Trinity Band Ensemble with flawless interpretations of authentic Irish music. Join us for award-winning song, dance, and music as the Celtic Angels carry you to Ireland on Wings of Music.
Don't miss this spectacular performance live at the First Arena on March 9th. Tickets are just $25 at the box office or at firstarena.net.
Top of the circle, waiting, shooting, goal!
Hockey is back. Your Elmira River Sharks return to the First Arena on Friday, March 1st. Binghamton comes to town as the Empire Division leader takes on your River Sharks at 7:05 p.m. Then on Saturday, March 2nd, Watertown returns to the Shark Tank for Hockey for All Night with the last specialty jerseys of the season. For tickets, get online at Ticketmaster.com or the Ticketmaster app or call the box office 607-734-POC. River Sharks Hockey. Fear the fin.
Trust your smile to Elmira Family Dentistry, the best dental.
All right, with that, we are back live as the River Sharks on the penalty kill again. Waiting. Peavy wins that one back. Merkel sends it all the way down as Elmira will once again go back to work here. Short a man. Trying to find a way back into this one. 1-0 Wolves at the moment as the Wolves reset, trying to hustle this puck back up. Looking back towards the offensive zone. Leeson cutting wide, sends back for Mercurio. Mercurio around the hash marks, looking towards the net. Trying to find help. He goes back to the defense. Back across again. Lord, who has the first and only goal of this game so far, passes to Leeson. Leeson moving it down lower. Passed across and picked off by Blake Peavy. Peavy hustles wide. Looks across and sends over looking for Brett Parker. Parker will watch as Trevor Lord goes back to play. 1:20 to go in the man advantage. Parker gets in there. Looking, sends it back to his defense. Rasmus Asp fires it up the boards and all the way down. Darius Davidson chasing after it. Bouchard is there. Sends it around for his defense. Trying to work it back out. It's moved to the neutral zone. Picked off there by Elmira again as the penalty kill. Looking like the penalty kill of a couple of weeks ago now. Merkel winds. He fires. That one's going to go all the way down. Banks off a leg. And the Wolves will reset with 52 seconds to go on the man advantage. Watertown hustling back out the other way. Trying to break back in. It's hustled through by Leeson. Pass across, shot saved. Sammy Bernard. Poke check back at him, and Sammy Bernard comes up with another big stop. Some pushing and shoving right in front of the net again. And we've seen a lot from these two teams over this little bit. So we'll see how this all shakes out. It's again never a dull moment as the two teams get going. MJ Merkel being whistled at to go to the penalty box. So Merkel's going. Rasmus Asp going over to have a conversation with the official as Merkel's going to be taken to the box. Has some commentary for the officiating crew. Rasmus Asp saying things as well. Merkel goes into the penalty box, and again, he will go alone. So it's going to be a 5-on-3 as the River Sharks trail 1-0. It's 10-11 to go here in the first period, and Watertown getting the better of the chances so far. 6 shots to 2, and Elmira trying to keep their playoff spot right now. They have a 4-point lead over the Watertown Wolves and have got to find a way to get points here tonight. don't want to surrender any to Watertown. So it's 5-on-3. Sammy Bernard about to be under fire again. As Pozar back out after the initial fighting major came to an end. Asp out here as well, and Peavy. Thornton, Botero, Tomasi. So Tomasi and Pozar have already been introduced. As Peavy needs to win a draw. He waits. Now the puck's dropped, moved it back along. Asp trying to control and has some trouble. Move back behind the net. Pozar gets it, flips it off the boards and out of the zone. That'll go all the way down. So down to the last 30 seconds of the 5-on-3 as Elmira can't send anyone deep. Hustling back. Into the zone it comes. Tate Leeson with it. Leeson sending it back towards the point and nobody there for it. 15 seconds left to go now on the 5-on-3. Move back in. Offside. As that'll take us to the second media timeout. So we'll step aside. 9:44 left to go here in the first period. Still 14 seconds of a 5-on-3 when we come back.
Trust your smile to Elmira Family Dentistry, the best dental care in the region. Their wand STA anesthesia system provides a pain-free way to take care of any dental problem. Their latest digital x-ray systems provide a highest standard diagnostic record. Elmira Family Dentistry offers routine and deep cleanings, fillings and bonding, crowns, implants, root canals, and Sure Smile Orthodontics. Elmira Family Dentistry at 311 West Church Street in Elmira. Call 607-733-6825 today.
Frisbee Welding LLC in Spencer, New York is partnering with the River Sharks this season. They're a local family-owned company that manufactures hay feeding and handling equipment, as well as a dealer for over 40 equipment lines for everything from large farming operations to your hobbyists and homesteaders. They offer top-of-the-line equipment and more economical versions to fit your needs. Find them on Facebook or call or text Chris at 607-422-0820 for your landscaping, construction, agriculture, snow removal, forestry, and sportsman's attachments and equipment needs.
The temperature outside is dropping, but the...
All right, folks, again, appreciate you guys as always as we try to get things squared away here on the YouTube end. We made some upgrades to our equipment and trying to make sure you guys get the best experience wherever we are. And again, thank you all for tuning in here live on YouTube and on Mixlr.com, your home for River Sharks hockey all season long. That puck is dropped, one back. Asp will swat at it and send it all the way down. 9:39 left to go here in period one. Last 5 seconds of the 5-on-3 as about to be released is Kyle Powell. He is free from the box. Watertown still on a power play as Leeson drops it back. Minute 15 to go in that. Passed across. Mercurio with a shot off of Rasmus Aspen. He will flip that out of the zone. So, again, back to get it. Watertown trying to set this one up. Move back out is Pavlov. Trying to hustle it back into the zone. Watertown harassed right there at center ice. Mercurio going to break in. Mike Mercurio cuts wide. Looking for help. Doesn't have it yet. Leeson goes below the goal line. Decides better if it goes back up to Lord at the point. Passes across. Pavlov again. Back down low. Rasmus Asp taking a look. Mercurio sends it all the way around. Leeson plays it back to the point to Lord. Lord again. Back. Finds his man. Passed across. Back in the zone. Across to Lord. Lord didn't have his stick set. Harassed quickly there by Brett Parker. Lord comes away with it. Sends it back down below the goal line. Gamsatov sending it back. Leeson was, or excuse me, my apologies. That one sent back now to Leeson. Back across, shot kicked aside and up and into the official. Excellent work by Sammy Bernard. Lord takes a swing, breaks his stick, and that'll be picked off by Rasmus Asp. Asp gets harassed out of the zone and pulled off as Asp chasing back. Parker will come up with the puck. He turns around, drops a pass, but Asp couldn't get to it. Mercurio comes away with it and back in the zone. Last 5 seconds of the power play. Trevor Lord still with it. Swatted at by Pozar. Trying to chop it out. It's moved ahead up to Klink. Power play over. Klink into the zone. He's got his assistant coach with him. Dumps that puck around the boards instead. Back to good it goes Cody Rogers. Rogers across to his defensive partner. As that's moved quickly back up and into the zone, Stephen Klink couldn't handle it. Back to Davidson. Down low looking for Klink. Bounces off the backboards instead. Watertown with possession. Dumps that off. Klink is in a little bit of trouble back there. Davidson with a shot, and that's turned aside by Eloy Bouchard. As that will take us to the 7:46 mark of the period. And again, always fun here in Watertown. A huge kill for the Elmira River Sharks. as they needed that one pretty bad. A 5-on-3, able to kill that. That is big. As now an offensive zone draw for Elmira, as they'll take a look here. Klink set to take the draw as he waits. They bring the stick back to the Watertown bench, and now Klink is ready to go. Puck is down, one to the sideboards, but Watertown gets it and moves it all the way back to Kyle Powell at the point. Powell sends it down low. Trying to play it was Davidson. Moved down low again for Dumas. Dumas loses that one. It kicks back up towards the point and picked off by Klink, dumped right back down into the zone. Again, that puck continues to work around the wall. Nobody has been able to control it. Now Watertown will and breaks back out, dumping that puck down deep. Elmira's Powell takes an eye at it. Votero chasing after it. It's moved around the boards. Back to get it goes Darius Davidson. Davidson stripped away from him. Dumas puts it into the boards, and he's tied up, taken away. Chopping it out. Shot coming over the top of the net. And that one, they say it played off the netting, and they finally do blow it dead, but it was a very delayed whistle. As Asp saying it hit right off the netting, right above the official. 7:09 to go here, as Elmira will have a defensive zone draw again. 7-3, the shots on goal. Elmira has not really had a great opportunity down at the other end of the ice yet. Puck is dropped, one to the sideboards. Cody Rogers trying to play it and could not. Move back along as Watertown towards the front, broken up, back to the point. A shot goes wide, deflected off the side of the net. Big save, Sammy Bernard. So Sammy comes up big again with 6:59 to go. And again, the River Sharks trailing 1-0 right now to the Watertown Wolves. Face-off coming here to the right-hand side of Sammy Bernard. Soilis waiting. Soilis gets set. That puck one to the sideboards. And again, Watertown will come up with possession. Move back down low. Pozar chasing. Gamzatov put into the boards. And again, it's back down low. Everyone digging. Nobody can come away with it. Soilis now pushes it along. Still trying to push it, but he's pinned back to the boards again. Pozar back in digging. Pozar sends it back behind for Cody Rogers, his defensive partner, sent back up for Gaeta. Hops at the blue line, right in on Sammy Bernard, and that'll be picked off. Trying to play it out again. It's banked off the boards, back towards center ice, but again failing to clear. Elmira chases back again. Dropped off for Pozar, wrapped around the boards. Gaeta looking, but that's picked off one more time. Watertown continues to keep this zone. Back down deep. Watertown with possession. It's Gamzatov running to the boards again, and Soilis will come up with it. Stavros Soilis looks ahead. Sidesteps a check, moves it ahead to Gaeta. Gaeta trying to get around his man and can't, as he was pinned to the boards. Moved right back towards the River Shark bench where it's picked off, and Powell turns it ahead again. Elmira flipping that deep and will go for a line change. Watertown going to have a free pass as they go back. Less than 6 minutes to go here in the first period. Stick in the skates, but still managed to get that puck all the way down. Dabari moves it around. Back behind, chasing after it. Grant Mentis sends it towards Kyle Powell, flips it ahead. Parker's starting it out. Brett Parker getting that puck ahead into the zone. Trying to sidestep was Graham Mentis. He's tied up and couldn't come out with it cleanly. Back behind the net, throwing it towards the front. An opportunity here for Elmira. A shot as that one trickles into the net. And excellent work there by the River Sharks to tie this game up. 5:32 to go. And it looks as though that's going to be Blake Peavy's goal. Kind of a funny little hop as that one landed right on his stick. He had all the time in the world. And the River Sharks get the game tied up at 1-1. So we'll see if they can go right back to it now. Big goal for Blake Peavy. For Peavy, that's his third of the season. Here in his 32nd game, that faceoff won back by Watertown, taking it back into their own end. Long look as the defense passes, picked off by Rasmus Asp, and back in the offensive zone. Asp cutting towards the front, drops it off there for Stephen Klink. Klink taken into the corner and has that puck taken away from him as Watertown tries to reset. Elmira on the attack now a little more. Tomasi quickly back up through center ice and into the zone comes the Wolves. Trouble playing it. Kyle Powell back to get it as he pulled it away from Black. Wrapped around the boards and in the official skate. Powell has to go back to get it. Move back ahead to Darius Davidson, feeding it along. Dumas into the zone, drops for Klink. Klink tries to get it all the way across. He was looking for Davidson, does get it to him, but it's offside now. River Sharks have to wait. Quick changes here as Watertown tries to hustle it ahead again. Back in the offensive zone come the Wolves. The shot over the top of the net as Gamzatov chases it down. Gamzatov back out here with Pavlov as everybody in there digging. Playoff spot on the line, so you know this will be a competitive matchup. Sent back to the point. Another shot for Watertown, deflected in front and sent into the corner. Picked off there for Cody Rogers. Rogers back behind. Finds Pozar. Banked off the boards and back to center, but Watertown's going to get that one right back. The Wolves resetting. 4:15 to go in period one, a 1-1 tie. As that puck dumped back into the Elmira zone. Back to get it goes Rogers. Rogers looks up ice. Had Parker, decided better of it, went back behind his net. Fed along. It's Pozar breaking out of the zone. Banks it off the boards. Back towards center. Chopped away as Elmira still trying to work it out, but Watertown turns it right back around into the zone. Parker takes it away, and that one blown dead. A penalty upcoming. Hooking going to be the call. Trying to see who it's against. The referee pointing. There's a lot of players all around the same area. But we'll go to the media timeout and hopefully have an answer when we come back. You're listening to River Sharks Hockey here on Mixler.com.
The temperature outside is dropping, but the certificate rates at IRFCU are on the rise. If you are looking to stash away some cash, make it work for you. Check out the certificate rates here at Ingersoll Rand Federal Credit Union by visiting us online at IngersollRandFCU.com. Members can open a share certificate right from their mobile app or through our online banking platform. Saving has never been easier. Make your money work for you at IRFCU.
At Calliers, we take pride in delivering great barbecue every day. Our slow-cooked, smoky-flavored home cooking is a favorite among young and old. From signature spare ribs and baby back ribs to brisket and chicken. But did you know that Calliers caters too? We offer a full range of catering options to suit any event. From wedding and corporate events to graduation parties, retirement and backyard barbecues, and pig roasts. If you have an event coming up, give us a call. We're now booking for the 2024 season. At Calliers, we do great barbecue, and that's just the beginning. Call today and book your next event with Rhea at 570-888-2927 for Calliers.
All right, well, with that, we are back. Brett Parker goes to the penalty box for 2 minutes, and that means the River Sharks back on the Vincenzo's Pizzeria penalty kill. Vincenzo's great pizza just down the street from the arena as Parker gets set in his penalty box to be seated for the next little while. 3:52 to go in the period. 1-1 tie. Elmira going to win that draw back. Worked all the way around the boards, and Leeson able to keep it for a moment, but Darius Davidson moves it quickly back out. Leeson sending it ahead for Mike Mercurio. Mercurio into the zone, looking, turning it around, sends it back down low. Trying to play it around, but Asp can't get in front of it. Trevor Lord, the goal scorer for the Wolves, sends it back to the point. Picked off there, and Darius Davidson is tied off. Davidson, no call on that as the officials hear it from the River Shark bench. Pass back to the point. Pokit checking that away, and Darius Davidson rushing. He's down, in on a breakaway. Davidson, wait, shoots, and it's turned aside. Davidson, an excellent opportunity there, just couldn't bury it. Back the other way comes Watertown. The Wolves back in with 1:20 to go. Leeson drops a pass back to the defense. Trevor Lord has it. Back to the point again. Wind-up shot goes wide. Asp back for it. Asp turning around, wraps it around the boards. All the way up as Peavy lets that one go. That'll go all the way back down. Quick change for the River Sharks as they have 1 minute to go in penalty kill time. Trying to move that puck back through. Pozar chasing it up. He gets it back to the red line, dumped into the zone. Soilus turns around, but it's taken away from him. Now back in the zone comes Leeson. Leeson across, towards the front, turned aside by Sammy Bernard, picked off, and Rasmus Asp will turn it ahead. Newman bounces it off the boards and all the way down. 2:30 left to go here in the period. 40 seconds to go on the man advantage for Watertown. Trying to hustle it back up. Rogers fires it back to center ice, but couldn't control. And now it's entered into the zone again. Trying to poke check it away. Excellent work there by Newman, the newest member of the River Sharks, sent along with it. Tomasi turning back. Down low for Botero. Botero towards the front, looking. Pass back again. A shot saved by Sammy Bernard as he comes up big again. Thornton comes away with the puck. Thornton looking back to the point again. Long look here. Leeson, his shot picked off. Newman will hustle it back out. Newman gets it ahead and dumps that all the way down. Last 3, 2, 1. Brett Parker is released. Comes out of the penalty box right as the puck coming there as Newman hustles it ahead. Newman pass across towards the front shot. Goal! River Sharks make it 2-1 on a beauty of a pass from Newman. excellent work to kill the penalty and get themselves back ahead 2-1. As Blake Peavy takes a bow. 2 goals, and I believe they're both from Blake Peavy here tonight. You love to see the effort from the entirety of the River Sharks lineup. You know it's been a rough couple of days for them here on the weekend, but with 1:45 to go, the River Sharks right now have the 2-1 lead as we are back underway. I'm going to get that clock ticking for you, folks. There it goes as Cody Rogers hustles his way out, drops a pass across. Davidson with a shot, deflected in front, and that comes loose. Watertown trying to chase it back down. Back in, one-on-one with Mark Pozar. Hustling in, a shot saved by Sammy Bernard. That's turned into the corner, sent back down below the goal line. As Cody Rogers puts his man into the boards. Back behind Dumas. Dumas sends it ahead. He was looking for Davidson back to the point instead, and Sammy Bernard has to make a huge stop. As with 1:13 left to go on the clock, 2-1 Elmira lead for the moment. So still work to do as the River Sharks still being outshot and have had a majority of the penalties against them at the moment. Peavy set to take the draw against Mike Mercurio. He waits. Puck is dropped. Peavy wins that back. Ahead to Newman. Newman, who has been on fire since putting on a River Shark uniform, fresh out of college as well, as that puck moved back ahead. Trying to hustle it out. It's flipped up. Watertown breaks back into the zone. Shot over the top of the net, and that hits netting and comes way out of play. So, 58 seconds left to go as the River Sharks 2-1 lead here in Watertown, New York. We're going to bring the faceoff off to Sammy Bernard's left-hand side. Long look here as Peavy gets set. Peavy tries to tie up his man, does so enough to get it over to Rasmus Asp. Asp backhands it to center ice. Picked off there by Watertown, and they try to reset. 50 seconds to go in the period. Pass across. Mercurio couldn't handle. Sends it across again. Watertown's Trevor Lord, who has the lone Watertown goal, sends that puck down deep. Chasing after it. Asp is there. Rasmus Asp with it. Looking up ice. Waiting. Fires it along to the opposite side. It's Newman with it now. Newman dumps that puck down. Big hit there by Parker. And back again, trying to chase that puck. Gingrich moved that puck around. Poke check back towards center. Leeson comes up with it, sends it ahead, and that'll be knocked down by Rasmus Asp. Asp moving ahead. He dumps that puck deep in the zone, goes off for a line change. Davide Gaeta trying to swat at that puck. He keeps it moving down. Still working at it. Gaeta gets it right back. Gaeta turns, looking, moves it towards the front. A backhander can't get it to go. Turning, shooting. A big stop and a huge save there for the Watertown netminder. With 7 seconds to go in the first period, as Elmira, again, a couple of great opportunities, including Dominic Dumas getting a good shot. So, one change here as Elmira brings out Cody Rogers. And why not? 7 seconds to go. Would love to put an exclamation mark on this period. Watertown scored first, but the River Sharks, Blake Peavy, as a matter of fact, has answered back twice. They set for the draw. Puck is down, won back by Watertown. And the final few seconds going to tick off the clock here as 1-0. That'll do it for period number 1 as the River Sharks going to go to the break on top right now. 2-1 lead for Elmira despite a number of penalty kills having to be maintained, including a 5-on-3. So, end of the first period, and Elmira, again, does the job here. You saw it last night. After the first period, everything felt really good for Elmira. They really took it to the Danbury Hat-Tricks. Unfortunately, weren't able to keep it up throughout the game. So that's going to be the challenge here in going into period 2, period 3, as Peavy comes away with a big goal, twice as a matter of fact. And, you love to see that from Blake Peavy. He's not generally one you think of as being one of the leaders in the goal-scoring department, but he certainly got it done there. And Lord, who opened the scoring for Watertown, I mean, that's really the story right now. 2-1 game. The shots on goal, nothing really to write home about. 14-11, as odd as that may sound. That's not usually what you see here in the Federal Prospects Hockey League. Normally a little bit more shooting, but didn't see too much of that here. And, of course, we want to thank you all once again for tuning in here live on Mixler.com and live on YouTube as The River Sharks and Watertown Wolves battling for that final playoff spot in the Eastern Conference, or as they've called it, the Empire Division. Elmira trying to continue to extend their lead. They come into this one with a 4-point lead. Watertown trying to chop it down. We'll see if Elmira can keep it going when we come back. Period 2, period of the long change. They'll swap sides, and hopefully we'll see a lot more action coming right back down our way as the River Sharks, in desperate need of a victory here on the weekend, we'll step aside for the first period intermission report. You're listening to River Shark Hockey on Mixlr.com and live on YouTube.
The Celtic Angels enable their audiences to experience the real Ireland, celebrating their cherished heritage through Irish song. 5 beautiful women with glorious harmonies make up the Celtic Angels. The Celtic Knights world champion dancers leave audiences breathless. And the Trinity Band Ensemble with flawless interpretations of authentic Irish music. Join us for award-winning song, dance, and music as the Celtic Angels carry you to Ireland on Wings of Music.
Don't miss this spectacular performance live at the First Arena on March 9th. Tickets are just $25 at the box office or at firstarena.net.
Top of the circle, waiting, shooting, goal!
Hockey is back. Your Elmira River Sharks return to the First Arena. On Friday, March 1st, Binghamton comes to town as the Empire Division leader takes on your River Sharks at 7:05 p.m. Then on Saturday, March 2nd, Watertown returns to the Shark Tank for Hockey for All Night with the last specialty jerseys of the season. For tickets, get online at Ticketmaster.com or the Ticketmaster app or call the box office 607-734-POC. River Sharks Hockey. Fear the fin.
Trust your smile to Elmira Family Dentistry, the best dental care in the region. Their wand STA anesthesia system provides a pain-free way to take care of any dental problem. Their latest digital x-ray systems provide a highest standard diagnostic record. Elmira Family Dentistry offers routine and deep cleanings, fillings and bonding, crowns, implants, root canals, and Sure Smile orthodontics. Elmira Family Dentistry at 311 West Church Street in Elmira. Call 607-733-6825 today.
Frisbee Welding LLC in Spencer, New York is partnering with the River Sharks this season. They're a local family-owned company that manufactures hay feeding and handling equipment, as well as a dealer for over 40 equipment lines for everything from large farming operations to your hobbyists and homesteaders. They offer top-of-the-line equipment and more economical versions to fit your needs. Find them on Facebook or call or text Chris at 607-422-0820 for your landscaping, construction, agriculture, snow removal, forestry, and sportsman's attachments and equipment needs.
The temperature outside is dropping, but the certificate rates at IRFCU are on the rise. If you are looking to stash away some cash, make it work for you. Check out the certificate rates here at Ingersoll Rand Federal Credit Union by visiting us online at IngersollRandFCU.com. Members can open a share certificate right from their mobile app or through our online banking platform. Saving has never been easier. Make your money work for you at IRFCU.
At Calliers, we take pride in delivering great barbecue every day. Our slow-cooked, smoky-flavored home cooking is a favorite among young and old, from signature spare ribs and baby back ribs to brisket and chicken. But did you know that Calliers caters too? We offer a full range of catering options to suit any event, from wedding and corporate events to graduation parties, retirement and backyard barbecues, and pig roasts. If you have an event coming up, give us a call. We're now booking for the 2024 season. At Calliers, we do great barbecue, and that's just the beginning. Call today and book your next event with Rhea at 570-888-2927 for Calliers.
For more than a century, you've counted on Arnett Health, and Arnett has counted on you too. You're our community, our purpose, our passion. You're the reason we do what we do, because giving our patients the best of ourselves is just who we are. Staying on the cutting edge while staying connected to our patients, focusing on state-of-the-art procedures and the most effective care. That's why we're here. It's who we are. It's what we do. For more than a century, you've counted on Arnett Health. Counted on us to heal you, support you, encourage you, get you back on your feet. And for more than a century, Arnett has counted on you too. You're our community, our purpose, our passion. You're the reason we do what we do. Because giving our patients the best of ourselves is just who we are. Looking forward while embracing our legacy. Staying on the cutting edge while staying connected to our patients. focusing on state-of-the-art procedures and the most effective care. At Arnett, we're nurses, doctors, and teams of other caregivers inspired by healing. We know your physical, emotional, and spiritual health are each part of the whole of you. To continue a tradition of medicine driven by compassion, teaching, and healing. That's why we're here. It's who we are. It's what we do.
It's a place of extraordinary education. It's where heroes begin and potential is realized. A place of purpose and dedication. A devotion to learning, to pushing the boundaries of our understanding of medicine. It's our purpose, our mission, to prepare our students for the uncertain future, to keep asking new questions, to find new answers. This is LECOM. We make doctors. It's time to get to work.
All right, hello and welcome into another edition of the Coaches Show live from Round and Third, just across the street from the First Arena. Thank you so much for tuning in here live on YouTube, and of course for our great fans here at Round and Third. Back here with Tyler Jurich, Coach. Since the last time we talked, quite a lot's happened. Big 5 out of 6 games. You took the W in. Pretty good streak of games. What's turned it around for you?
Really since that Columbus trip, we've kind of turned in the right direction, fitting the right pieces that work in. Kind of like I said this whole time, you want to hit your stride in the Super Bowl. That's kind of what we did. We set a goal for ourselves, and we hit that goal, and now we have more goals for ourselves, and we intend to hit those. So we've been playing great, good team game. Obviously, Sammy's been great. Then we're getting some clutch, timely goals in the third period, and we won a couple games last week and not playing our best. That's probably the first time we've done that all year, so we can now say we can win a game without being at our best, which is a good sign. But we know there's a lot of work left, so we're excited to keep it going.
Speaking of which, obviously your next few games are against divisional opponents, pretty much the rest of your season except for that trip to Port Huron, against divisional opponents, against teams right behind and right in front of you. Is there a little extra pressure there with the Danbury, Watertown, Binghamton schedule being so plentiful coming up?
No, there's not pressure. I don't want them to feel like there's pressure. That's not going to help them. We just want to go and prepare every weekend and just play our game, play hard, compete, and we've shown now we can beat anybody. So obviously it's a tough schedule, tougher than other teams' schedules, but that's okay. We'll go into the playoffs, playing meaningful games. That's always better to hit the ground running.
You talk about that, and obviously I've talked about it on the air. This is really playoffs already for you guys. You guys are in playoff mentality right now, especially playing Danbury, who's now just 12 points in front of you for third place. You got a chance to really take 6 big points away from them this weekend, and then a game against Watertown to put those 5 points in the bank. When you look at this weekend, obviously all these games on the road and a lot of games through the end of the season on the road. You guys played home a lot early. How does that kind of impact the preparation and getting ready for these this stretch of games?
I think it's this week is a big week, and we got to take it one at a time. Obviously, we want to take care of business, play our game. We seem to go into. We went into Danbury last time, and it's a hostile environment. And the young group did a good job. So we want to do that again, play hard. Obviously, they have some guys back. So do we. We added some pieces too. So everybody's just trying to get better this time of year. So it's good hockey. It's fun. It's exciting.
You talk about adding guys, and obviously you just talked about how great Sammy Bernard's been playing. He's got himself back to a 10-10 record right now, and honestly, his save percentage right now probably amongst the best in the league, if not for those early few games where there was some adjustment period. But when you look at that, and then you add a guy like Frankie McLendon, who's been on winning teams. We've talked about bringing that winning mentality in. He's won in Carolina. He celebrated a championship in First Arena, much to the chagrin of myself and several other people on the team. But he celebrated a championship on First Arena ice. You bring in, a lot more talent here. Around this time, colleges are starting to let out. You're going to bring in some college guys, I'm sure. When you look at this roster and continue to tinker with it, is it full-on changes you're making, or are you tinkering around the edges trying to make this a better playoff team?
That one, that's for sure. Since I got the job, obviously we knew we weren't really going to have any Mammoth players left. It's pretty much an expansion team. Soilus is the only one remaining, and he's our captain. So you want to bring guys in like the guy got Peavy for a reason, bring in Frankie.
I think that's something I've been able to deal with in the last couple of years. I've been on 2 championship teams. I can just install that to like the younger guys and try to show them the ropes about like how we need to pay attention more in practice. Like we have a great coach here in Courage, so hopefully I can install that in them and then they can like be off of them into games coming down the stretch.
For sure, and knowing obviously we're coming up against a Danbury team that obviously you know fairly well across the ice, but when you head into the Danbury arena, obviously there's just something different. It's a little more of a hostile environment. What are you hoping to help impart here for the guys going in there?
You know, I think down the stretch, every rink's going to be a hostile environment, but Danbury, as I played there for 3 years, it's very loud, very passionate fans. I know there's passionate fans here in Elmira, and I think they're going to make the trip down there to Danbury this weekend.
It's the sound of it.
But you know, like I'm just going to tell the guys, you know, we just have to control what we do on the ice, not worry about like the fans. We can't think about the outcome or winning the game. We just got focused and do a job and get 6 points out this weekend, hopefully.
Speaking of that, obviously closing in on Danbury as well. They're right above you in the standings, a chance to close the gap a little bit. When you come in and see that, obviously goaltenders see the game a little bit differently. I've been fortunate enough to work with a bunch of different ones. What do you guys try to do as far as you and Sammy collectively as a unit, trying to scout, trying to help each other out? I mean, obviously the goaltending duo is a lot different than a forward or defenseman, the way you guys work together over the course of a season.
Right, well, as goaltenders, we see the entire ice, so it's like I just try to tell the guys, like, if there's certain areas where we can get into lanes, shoot, or we can expose the team on their forward check. Those are the things we're going to try to do, but, you know, as goaltenders, my job is to just simply stop the puck, and hopefully that's a job I need to continue to do. I've had a great season so far this year, so hopefully I can just keep that momentum going, and, you know, just to help Sammy out, like, he's been a great guy so far ever since I came in. You know, he's the backbone of this team so far. You know, my job is just to come in and, like, on the days that he needs a rest, like, do my job, get a win for the team, give him a rest.
And speaking of which, obviously, again, that's a unique perspective. Again, the way that the goaltending tandems tend to deal with each other. Tyler, you've experienced it over the course of your career. What is it that makes a successful goaltending duo over the course of a season?
I think it's kind of just what Frankie said. Obviously, I'm not a goalie. I don't know that much about it. Being on the coaching side, it's different. But you just gotta play in the right tandem. They support each other. And you see it in the NHL more and more often. So, you know, Sammy goes tonight, it'd be great. The next night, Frankie goes, whatever it might be, give him a rest. So whatever's going on, and Frankie goes and does the same thing. We're happy for each other. We're excited. Like I said, it's different for me now being on that end, but it's been great. I think they're both easygoing guys, and they have the leadership qualities for goalies, which is great. He's been on winning teams his whole career, so it's only going to help Sammy and the entire team. It's nice to have.
Well, speaking of which, again, we talked about the winning right here in Elmira. When you were pulling into town, was there any flashbacks that kind of went through, or?
Yeah, honestly, a little bit. Like, as soon as I got into like Williamsport, and then we were hitting that like one-lane road, I was like, man, I've done this drive too many times when I was with Carolina, and I was like, I was on that little sketchy bus that we had back there that broke down so many times, but the year that we won it, like, it just brought back all of those memories. But, you know, Elmira, it's a nice town so far. It's very quiet. I haven't had any problems. I like it so far. You know, I just enjoy going to the rink every day. You know, it's a nice big arena. It has a lot of amenities. And that's another thing I was happy about coming here, too. So, you know, that's why I just had all those good memories, and that was a good thing for me to come back here, you know.
Well, and obviously you're getting into the town. What's it been like to experience the town outside of the usual thing? What is your favorite part so far, just a day or two into town here?
I've been driving around just to find places to like go hiking or walk around.
Okay.
So, it's the cold, so I'm back in the snowy area and stuff. So I've been in the south for a while. Now I'm in the cold again, so I gotta get adjust to that. But I've been driving around, you know, going to Panera Bread and stuff.
Okay.
So going to Target. I do a lot of Target runs. So it's been fun.
All right. Well, a couple of spots just for your edification. Watkins Glen has a great hiking trail up there. So does Ithaca. There's some gorges up there. Just a 20-30 minute drive, so not too bad.
Not bad. And I've been to the casino, but we're just going to keep that hush-hush.
I mean,
I had to go one time.
YouTube just found out.
Already?
Only one time. That's the only time I do it.
Wait, the buffet, I think, is a favorite, though, is it not, Tyler?
There's a few restaurants there. Yeah, it's good. It's a good, nice little casino, too. And when it gets warm, you got the horses and everything. It's fun.
There you go. So lots of fun to be had. But again, Frankie, before I let you go, last question. Obviously, you've been in this rink a bunch. You're going to be on the road now a bunch here playing against teams that are right around you in the division. How important is it for you guys to get off on the right foot this weekend, especially with 2 games against the Danbury Hat-Tricks and, of course, a big game against the Watertown Wolves?
Well, you know, we just need to go into Danbury, take care of game 1, and then we'll worry about game 2. We can't think so far ahead. I think with younger guys, like, if you think so far down ahead, it's a lot of distractions. We just have to take things day by day. But, you know, going into that rink is going to be a hard testament for these guys. I know they've had, like, a good season series versus them. I've been keeping up when I was in Carolina, so, you know, it's always good to, like, keep our eyes on the teams in the league. And, I mean, this division is pretty tough. Everything's very tight. It's not like the other divisions, so, you know, we just need to worry about game 1 in Danbury, and then we'll worry about game 2 the next day, and then worry about Watertown after that.
There you go. Big thanks to Frankie McLendon as the 2 teams take the ice for the final frame as we get set for period number 3. And obviously everything ticking down, getting ready for the start of this final frame. 20 miles, 20 smiles. Nobody rides for free as the River Sharks see 20 minutes on the board, knowing they have the 2-1 lead. Have to find a way to come away with the victory here tonight. Head coach Tyler Jurich before the game told the guys on the bus, this is a playoff game. You all are playing for something tonight. 4 points ahead of the Wolves, a chance to make it 7 as Elmira has that 2-1 lead. Right now, to start off the period, they're killing a penalty. Darius Davidson will be in the box. Stavros Soilis over to chat with the officials. A long look as the Watertown Wolves trying to find a way to even this one up. The Elmira River Sharks trying to find a way to get themselves a victory here tonight. As the officials get the game puck and head for center ice. 1:28 to kill on the Vincenzo's Pizzeria penalty kill. Vincenzo's Pizzeria, great pizza. Right near the first arena, just steps away. Face-off coming here, back at center ice. A long look as Peavy set to take the draw. That puck is down, one back by Watertown, and they hurry this puck into the offensive zone. Leeson taken to the boards, trying to swat it away. Peavy will send that puck towards the blue line, failing to clear. That one's played. Elmira wanted an offsides, not going to get it. Slapped towards the net, but Rasmus Asp takes it away. Asp will hustle back out, and he dumps that puck 200 feet. As Asp, pounding his stick, trying to get Trevor Lord to dish it to him. Almost 30 seconds gone here in the third period of play. A minute left to go in the kill. Bounces back to center ice where it's cut off there by Peavy. Turned around as Peavy trying to get around Mike Mercurio. He does so and dumps that puck all the way back down. 50 seconds remaining in the kill as Elmira trying to chase that puck down. Moved along by Bouchard back behind his own net. Watertown looking for a lane to come up ice. Quick pass off, and they will head southbound again. Watertown in the gray jerseys, Elmira in the road whites. Trevor Lord, who has the lone Wolves goal, turns around, top of the circle now. Looking, he's harassed by Peavy quickly, takes it down to the hash marks, down low, gams atop, passes across, looking, shot, deflected, and a big save again by Sammy Bernard in the referee's skates, and back to the point it goes. Another chance passed across. Trevor Lord turns, fires it off a Cody Rogers skate. Gamzatov comes up with it, back towards Lord. Lord at the point, passes across, looking, shot, deflected through and just wide. Bounces right back to Trevor Lord. Cody Rogers was there, chops it away and sends that puck all the way down. That will do it for the penalty kill. Excellent work by the River Sharks to start things off. 18:30 left to go, period number 3. As I said so many times here on Elmira Airwaves, 20 miles, 20 smiles. Nobody rides for free. Everybody has to go to work here in the final frame. Swatted off the boards there by Darius Davidson, fresh out of the penalty box. Watertown resumes possession, trying to work it around the boards. The Wolves trying to find their way out of the zone. They hustle it out as the Wolves get it into the offensive zone. A shot, Sammy Bernard with a save. And with 18:06 to go, The River Sharks still with the 2-1 lead. So we'll see as the faceoff comes to the right-hand side of Sammy Bernard. Elmira trying to find a way to get things going the other direction. They have not had a offensive zone opportunity here as that puck won back. Trying to play it off. It's Botero throwing that towards the net, and that'll be covered up quickly by Sammy Bernard. So 18:01 left to go here in the third period of play. As again, faceoff will come to Bernard's right-hand side. As the River Sharks make some changes defensively. Rasmus Asp, who had a huge save back in the second period, and Kyle Powell. Dumas waiting. Puck is dropped. One back. Asp there for it. Tries to bank it off. Couldn't get it past Thornton. He'll take it back behind his net now. Asp looking ahead. Fires it along. Gets it over looking for Darius Davidson. Davidson chasing, and the icing waved off. Davidson not going to be able to get the puck, however, as Watertown trying to break it back out. It's sent back in, and Elmira had to touch up getting onside. Sent back in quickly. Watertown towards the front of the net. Saved by Sammy Bernard, and he will keep that covered up. Powell not happy with the extra pushing and shoving from Botero. With 17:37 left to go. So, face-off will stay deep in the River Shark territory. And the River Sharks, I'm sure, know to expect the rush from the Watertown Wolves. Assistant coach MJ Merkel back behind the bench. Certainly hope he's okay as that faceoff won back. Swatted away by Elmira. Chase Tabari gets it back now for Watertown. Throws it towards the net. Deflects off a couple of legs, and Tabari gets it right back. Sending it back to the point. Shot deflected right through the net mouth. And now again, Jacob Black back for it. Banks it off the wall. Picked off now by Newman. Swatted away from him. Powell back to Asp. Banked off the boards. Gaeta moves it ahead, but right back into the River Shark zone. Bernard back to play. Powell with it now. Two Watertown Wolves pinching in deep. We haven't seen too much of the pinch game here as that's sent ahead. Newman comes out of the zone with it. Takes it back along. Newman. Back over to Kyle Powell. Powell flipping it ahead. Banked off the boards, and Gaeta off the boards and off the linesman. Means he couldn't enter the zone. Back behind Rasmus Asp. He hustles in all alone. Cuts through four defenders. Shot and can't get it to go as that's deflected up and into the netting. So, 16:46 to go here. Period number 3, 2-1. Still in favor of the River Sharks. So Elmira, more work to do. As they finally get an offensive zone draw, however. Puck is dropped, one to the sideboards. Tate Leeson going to get there, sends it back behind. Watertown trying to slow things down. Long lookout from behind their own net. They break it out up the far sideboards, and now right across to Leeson, who dumps that puck in down deep. Sammy Bernard back to get it, rolls it around the boards. Trevor Lord can't control. That'll be moved out by Parker, slapped ahead to Marquise Grandmentis. Grandmentis cutting wide, has it. Looking back, throws it towards the net, deflected. Back behind, looking for the wraparound was Peavy. Peavy moves it across, trying to get it over to Grandmentis and could not. That bounces back up the boards and trying to hustle it back out. Here comes Watertown. It's Leeson coming in. Into the corner, takes a rough ride. And again, Trevor Lord and Tate Leeson in the middle of all the offensive work. Cody Rogers comes out of the scrum with the puck, however. Lord jumping on him, moved across to Posar. Posar banks it off the boards, back to center. Lifted stick helps Grandmentis come out with it. Grandmentis in the zone, shot over the top of the net. Bounces around as the River Sharks make changes. Right back to Kyle Powell, who picks it off. Trying to catch Watertown in a change. Powell dumps that one towards the net. Bouchard turns it aside and will leave it for his defense. The Wolves trying to get this up the ice quickly. A quick shot, knocked back down and played with a high stick, so that will blow the whistle. 15:35 left to go here in period number 3. So Elmira again back to the neutral zone. 36-25 the shots on goal, and you have to expect the Wolves to continue to push. They are going to want to find ways to put shots on Sammy Bernard. Puck is dropped, one back by Watertown, and the Wolves trying to hustle this puck back to the offensive zone. Picked off by Asp, back to center ice, and that will go all the way back down. Played there by Bouchard, left by the side of the net, and he will have to cover that one up. 15:21 left to go here in the third period. So, once again, Elmira, the offensive zone draw. A long look as Dumas set to take the draw. Dumas waiting. Puck is down. One to the sideboards and wrapped around as Watertown looks to set it up. It rolls back to center ice. Rasmus Asp with it. Waiting for his teammates to get onside. He throws that puck wide of the net, and now Klink will chase after. Watertown picks it back up and will try to skirt it back out to center ice. It knocks off the skate of Darius Davidson, but does eventually wind up back to center. Hustling it in. Look for the Wolves. Deflected up and past the side of the net. Black with a wraparound attempt. Takes it further. Black drops a pass there. Rasmus Asp throwing the body. Back down low. The Wolves digging. Flipped out towards the front. Broken up and back to the point. Another attempt for the Wolves. Thornton comes away with it. Dumping it down low for Black. Jacob Black back behind. Looking for a lane. Can't find it. Back to the point. Big windup. A shot deflected and Bernard turns it aside. Into the corner, but nobody in a white jersey. Back down low for Black. Black moves it along. Thornton comes away with it. Thornton harassed by Powell. Kyle Powell flips it ahead and gets it out. Darius Davidson hustling. Davidson passes to Klink. Klink into the zone. A little drop pass. Back shot and turned aside on Dumas. Dumas with a great opportunity there. Kept there by Cody Rogers. Deflected up and kept in the zone by Elmira for the moment. Now it's dumped down deep again. Chasing after it. Nobody from the River Sharks can get a stick on that one. It's back below the goal line and Watertown will reset. Quick changes for both sides as that puck's flipped out. Cody Rogers couldn't control, and that puck will come all the way back in. Sammy Bernard leaves it there. Cody Rogers looking. Rogers looking ahead. Still breaking out. Rogers fires it through center ice. Chopped ahead, and Newman will pick up. Newman into the zone. He's got Soilis. Throws it towards the net, and it goes just wide. Back behind. Moving that puck down. It's Soilis. Pinned to the boards. Hadn't even touched the puck. As that puck moves back around and back towards the point, Cody Rogers able to keep it. Throws it back towards the net. It's turned aside one more time. Rogers debated pinching, but it's turned back out, and here come the Wolves, back the other way. Waiting for help, Tabari was rushing. Bernard able to turn it aside, as again, Tomasi battling, sends down low. Cody Rogers chasing after it. He sends it all the way around. Newman looked for it, but was just a little too late to get to that one. Gingrich there for it. Fires it across to his defensive partner. Tough luck with the stick, as that one's broken up, and Pozar will move it back to center ice. Trying to move it back along. Elmira shoved down right in front of their own bench. Puck moved to the side, and it's Newman into the zone. Dumping that one, and it hits the roof. So that will take us to the media timeout. 13:03 left to go here in the final period, as we will see what happens when we come back. Right now, River Sharks 2, Watertown Wolves 1.
The Celtic Angels enable their audiences to experience the real Ireland, celebrating their cherished heritage through Irish song. 5 beautiful women with glorious harmonies make up the Celtic Angels. The Celtic Knights world champion dancers leave audiences breathless. And the Trinity Band Ensemble with flawless interpretations of authentic Irish music. Join us for award-winning song, dance, and music as the Celtic Angels carry you to Ireland on Wings of Music.
Don't miss this spectacular performance live at the First Arena on March 9th. Tickets are just $25 at the box office or at firstarena.net.
Top of the circle, waiting, shooting, goal!
Hockey is back. Your Elmira River Sharks return to the First Arena on Friday, March 1st. Binghamton comes to town as the Empire Division leader takes on your River Sharks at 7:05 p.m. Then on Saturday, March 2nd, Watertown returns to the Shark Tank for Hockey for All Night with the last specialty jerseys of the season. For tickets, get online at Ticketmaster.com or the Ticketmaster app, or call the box office 607-734-POC. River Sharks Hockey. Fear the fin.
All right. Media timeout comes to an end. The River Sharks head back to the ice surface. 13:03 to go. 38-27, the shots on goal in favor of the Watertown Wolves. Blake Peavy set to take the draw. Peavy with 2 goals here tonight. 1 back. Elmira moves that puck deep into the zone. Grant Mentis with a nice little flip. Down deep. Sergeev back for it. Wraps it around the boards. To the near side. Back to Sergeev on the far side. Sergeev off the boards. Kept there by Parker. Parker able to keep the zone and wrap that puck around. Nobody there on the far side except for Trevor Lord. He will turn it around and try to break it back out for Watertown as the Wolves look up ice. Play here through the neutral zone. Flipped ahead. Here comes Lord looking. Loses possession of the puck, and Peavy gets in there. Peavy turns. Trying to fire through. Lord picks it off right between his legs. Shot over the top. Leeson played with a high stick. And that was touch now. Towards the front, shot save, Sammy Bernard. Huge stop again Trying to play it out. It's poke checked away, back to the point, flipped across, taken out by Powell, and that'll be sent. Will it have the distance? And it will have the distance. So 12-13 left to go. As Elmira, once again, a defensive draw. See if they can find a way to come up with this one. Faceoff going to come right in front of me. 12-13 remaining, period number 3. River Sharks still up by a goal. Stephen Klink needs to win a draw here. Klink and Black. Black wins it back to the point. Big windup shot deflected through and past the netting as Black moves it down for Botero. Botero towards the front, broken up as Gamzatov couldn't control. Back down low. Botero, he's tied up. Powell puts him into the boards. Again, it's moved along, trying to play it out. It's swiped away by Powell and wrapped around the boards all the way to the blue line. Failing to clear, however. Wrapped back around again. Powell puts Black into the boards. Powell and Black still battling. Trying to push that puck along. Powell has it in between his skates now. Chopped aside, and nobody can get there in a white jersey. Back below, Grasby with a shot off of the stick and banked back to the point one more time. All the way around it goes. Powell comes up with it. Banks it off the boards and out. Can't get it out of the zone, however. Back up the sideboards. Powell still digging. He and Graham Mentis in there, and they finally do get it out. That one's not going to have the distance. Elmira will be able to make a change as that one hits off the netminder. 11:15 to go, period 3. 2-1 River Sharks as Elmira waits on the Watertown Wolves' next attack. That is how it has been. Just Watertown continually pushing the pace. Flip back into the offensive zone for Watertown. Cody Rogers there for it. Fires it along the boards, right back to Dumas, who gets it out of the zone. Dumas trying to get around his man. Tied up. Dumas comes away with it. Dumas into the zone. Passed across. He was looking for the connection to Darius Davidson. Couldn't find it. Back towards the middle. And now again, Watertown will hustle back out. The Wolves with possession. Rogers waiting. Poke checks that one back to center ice. And now Tomasi on the race. Picked off there. Cody Rogers in the zone and offsides, apparently. So, 10:40 left to go. As again, Elmira trying to find a way to get 3 points on the board here tonight. So a lot of talk as Cody Rogers didn't think that ever touched a Watertown Wolf. Stavros Soilis with possession here on the faceoff. He's going to lose that one back as Mercurio sends it wide. Watertown enters the zone, flipping that puck down deep. Back to get it, Cody Rogers poke checks it. Tate Leeson back to the point. A shot off the knee pad of Davide Gaeta. Leeson back down low for Mercurio. Mercurio couldn't handle it. Rogers trying to beat him out. Rogers puts it in the boards and kicks it along. Tate Leeson tied up. Soilis going to go as both of them actually going to be sent. Leeson and Soilis both sent. 10:20 to go here. So they like that call here on the Elmira side for sure. Soilis going to go to the penalty box, as is Tate Leeson. Watch for the official call here. 2 minutes both sides for roughing. All right, so 4-on-4 hockey yet again. And it feels like we've had quite a lot of this here tonight. 10:20 to go in the third period. 41-28, the shots on goal in favor of the Watertown Wolves. Faceoff actually going to come to Sammy Bernard's right-hand side. Mercurio lines up with Stephen Klink. Klink waits as trying to get his man position. Klink ties it up and wins that draw back to Rasmus Asp. Asp around for Klink. Klink again. Back behind the net, looking up ice. Klink sidesteps a check, breaking out in through the neutral zone. A shot deflected and turned aside that time by Bouchard. Check back out to center ice. Mercurio hustling. Mike Mercurio into the zone. Trying to poke check was Rasmus Asp. Gets the puck off his stick, but Mercurio still battling. Powell comes away with it, moves up the sideboards. Stephen Klink, Darius Davidson start the rush out. Klink through the neutral zone, breaks in, cuts wide now, looking for help. Sends it down low. Davidson gets there, moves it out front, looking for Klink, and Klink is taken down. And the referee is not going to call anything on that one. Klink is slow to get up. Back the other way, it's Mercurio. In with it, looking, shooting over the top of the net. Bounces right around, back to the blue line. Powell hustling up, backhander, can't get it through. Still swatting at it, trying to get it to Klink. Asp moves it out to center ice. Klink with the touch. No, they say he didn't touch. That'll be icing. But with 9:20